Hello everyone, this is Banter Bill, and welcome to Caudecus' Manor, Path 1 Dungeon Guide. This is not a speedrunning guide, but a guide meant for those who are new to the dungeon, or for those who need a refresher. In terms of class composition, I recommend at least one thief, as stealth is very useful in this dungeon, and we have 2 thieves in this party, so even better. For potions, you should bring outlaw slaying potions, as most of the bad guys in this dungeon are outlaws. So we will go ahead and choose P1, and you want to backtrack a bit to get the little Asura to help you on your quest.
Oh, are you here to assist me? Excellent. You may call me Trappa. I require assistance.
So the goal of this first part of the dungeon is to locate these golem parts and have Trappa destroy them. You interact with the dungeon parts to bring, or the golem parts to bring Trappa towards you. Now we do something which I do not normally do. Since we have 2 thieves, we decide that the thieves will just solo the part downstairs. We're going to stealth and just run to all the golem parts and skipping every single ad. Now, normally I just kill everything down there, since I'm not really confident in my stealthing abilities, but the other thief wanted to do it stealth, so I decided to come along to show you how it's done. I think I do an okay job. I only die once. The other thief takes off his clothes so that when he dies, he doesn't get any armor damage. So I'm just going to run around a bit and try to interact with all of these golem parts. Now if you do fight all the baddies, on that first part I recommend pulling as many as you can to the top of the stairs. That groups them up and you can line of sight them at the top of the stairs as well. So this is the part where I die. I'm not sure if it's completely my fault since the uncloaked guardian put a bullet in my path, so I got hit while cloaked. So I go ahead and head back there and try again, and this time I'm more successful. So as a trick for thieves, if you put on smoke screen, you can blast finish that smoke screen several times to get more stealth. And that's what myself and the other thief do. Then once your stealth is at max capacity, which I think is about 13 seconds, you can place a shadow refuge when your stealth starts to run out.
Strange. I'm picking up more signals from somewhere in this compound.
So we find a safe corner to get our stealth back up. If you're fighting this part normally, you should stack on the left-hand side of this hallway and pull the adds to you. There are 2 riflemen at the end of this hallway that we're about to go in that do a lot of damage.
An efficient explosion. Chalk one up for the demolition arts.
So once you pull the ad, you want to head into these rooms and then kill the guys in there. You want to kill those riflemen last, since they are a pain in the butt. Then in this room, even if you're not skipping all the ads, I recommend that you skip this boss. He's more trouble than he's worth, and all you have to do is hit these 2 golem parts on the side. And so I wait here, trying not to die. Put my smoke screen up to not get hit by those projectiles, and I managed to get the last couple of golem parts.
We've scoured the manor, but I'm still getting readings. There must be another source.
So once you destroy all the golem parts, if you wipe, all you have to do is go back to the waypoint and head through the upstairs part of the manor. If you didn't wipe, there is a door on the right hand side of that boss room that I was in with all the net turrets. But again, since we just had 2 thieves, we decided, you know, we're not going to bother with these ads. We'll just stealth through and get all the golem parts. To get to the next part, go through the center of the manor and then head left.
Next time, try harder.
For this next boss, you want someone to stay in cutscene while the rest of the members head up top. Now for some reason we get an odd bug where we get 2 cutscenes, so the event activates even though it shouldn't while you're still in cutscene. So what you want to do is have someone watch the cutscene, our thief decides to do that, and then everyone else will run upstairs. Now, if you do it correctly, the ads won't aggro you until you're all the way upstairs. For some reason, we got that weird bug where we had 2 cutscenes in a row. Once you're upstairs, you want to bring as many reflex and projectile blocks as you can. All of these guys use projectiles. So bring those feedbacks, bring those smoke screens, bring those wall of reflections, because they are very useful. I also recommend that you kill the guys on the top first. There are some methods where you go under the stairs and kill the boss first, and then kill the guys up top. But honestly, if you have reflex, the guys up top are not bad, and they're especially not bad if you get the cutscene trick to work. So what we do here, since we messed up the cutscene, we're going to stealth all our members upstairs. Now, I feel kind of bad here. If you leave a shadow refuge, even if you have stealth, you lose stealth. So that's what happened to our thief right there. I felt kind of bad that I made him lose all his stealth, but he made it up there alive. And so we just throw down all the reflex, all our blinds, and we take these guys up on the top relatively quickly. Once you kill the guys at the top, you can fight this guy on the top or the bottom. I always fight him on the bottom because he doesn't hurt that much, especially if you keep throwing down your reflex. So he has these bomb attacks, which if you have reflex, they'll just reflect back into him. But if you want to, if you're squishy and you don't want to be up right close at him, you can range him from the top. Alright, then once you kill that boss, some groups like to stealth past this part. We decide to kill these guys because we're not too organized. I recommend that you kill the Saboteur first because he has this annoying knockdown attack. He plants a barrel on the ground, and if you're inside the barrel when it explodes, he will knock you down. I try to blind him as much as I can, so even if his barrel does go down, he's blinded so it doesn't do any damage. Now in this next part, I recommend you stealth to get to these guys and then kill the bombers in the back first. Again, putting up as many projectile reflex as you can. That is the main theme of this dungeon, stealth, projectile reflex. So I decided to come here and blind these guys. They were doing some damage to our team, so even though we didn't kill the bomber first, I just put them in my AoE blind as a thief. Another reason why thieves are really good at this dungeon. Alright, then once you beat those 2 guys, you're off the place, Bloody Victoria. I recommend that you head to this cabinet here and fight her. You can fight her out in the open if you want to. Her main gimmick is that she'll attack one person usually, and then stealth for like 5 seconds, and then attack that again. If you're in this cabinet area, she always stays here, so even if she stealths, you can just keep hitting one, and you'll still hit her. That's why most groups prefer to fight in this cabinet, just because you like moving around, and so when she goes stealth, she'll just stay in this cabinet. Since you're not really dodging that much in this cabinet, and she usually targets a single person, some of your teammates will go down. So I recommend just stacking together and reviving them when they go down. Sometimes Bloody Victoria glitches and she'll go up to the top and try to attack you from upstairs. If that happens, just bring her back down here or fight her out in the open. She is not that bad if you fight in the open. Just use ranged attacks if you do that. Alright, then we're on to this next part. This next part is meant to be skipped. There are way too many mobs here for you to fight all of them at once. What you want to do is, if you have a thief, you want to do stealth, and then head up to the ramp on the right, and then keep going forward. If you don't have stealth, you should just try to run through as a group, putting up as many blocks and reflex as you can. So I accidentally placed my smoke screen there before our last guy is here. He's new to this dungeon, so I don't think he knows what he's doing. So we all stack here, and then we're going to put up our stealths, and then run to the top of the ramp. Again, the blast finisher on smoke screen is very helpful. That allows you to play Shadow Refuge later on. But again, be careful with Shadow Refuge. If you leave Shadow Refuge, even if you have stealth, you will lose it all, like our thief right there. I felt bad again, and he did the same thing as last time. Once you reach the top of this ramp, run past all these guys, keep going straight, and there's a little alcove underneath where you want to stack and kill all the ads that follow you. For this part here, I recommend Reflex and Blinds. Most of these guys have projectile attacks, and if you blind them, they won't even hurt you. So that's why, again, Thieves are very useful. Just use Pistol 5, keep them in the AoE blinds, and you should have no problem. Alright, this next part, most groups also stealth past this. I accidentally go a bit too far here and aggro these mobs. You want to stay back a little bit so you don't get aggro. So I just drop my Shadow Refuge as a panic attack. And then keep going forward. There are 2 mobs that patrol this hallway that we were just in, that if you want to kill, that's fine. I sometimes do that just to make it easier when we run across. And then the smoke screen blind starting off and the Shadow Refuge halfway through is a great trick. Once you get to the end, just keep going straight and go back into the water to de-aggro all the mobs that are following you. If you have 2 thieves, this is really easy because you should have plenty of stealth, but 1 thief with smokescreen and Shadow Refuge should be able to carry the whole group across. Alright, I cut ahead because one of our teammates didn't follow us through, so we went back and got him with our 2 thieves. For this next part, you are fighting Frost. I recommend going completely ranged. When the boss starts off, you want to kill these rocket turrets. Reflex work on these rocket turrets, so go ahead and use them. You want to try to stay away from Frost. He has this devastating ice chill attack, which does a lot of damage, and the chill makes it so it's hard to get out of the range of his attack. So trying to stay at range as far back as you can is very useful. If you can cripple him or chill him to make it harder for him to get to you, even better. So we bring down the rocket turrets first, and then we're going to fight Frost. Now, some groups will stack in this rock that I'm going to go to in a little bit, where if you attack him from the rock, he can't attack you back. We decide just to attack him in the open, mainly because some people in our group are new to the dungeon, and we didn't communicate to them before that we should stack on the rock. He's not that bad in the open. You just have to watch yourself a bit to try to stay as far away from him as possible. So this is the rock I'm talking about, but we just fight him out in the open. Now his golems will spawn every 25%. You want to kill the golems when they're up, because they're really annoying, and they don't take that long to take down. Just focus fire on the golems and you should be fine. Frost also throws this ice bomb attack, where if it hits you, you will freeze in place. So if you see someone in that ice bomb attack, try to break that crystal. That's what happened to me just here, and I almost died because of it. If you beat Frost, even when some of his golems are spawned, the golems will automatically die. So we don't even bother killing the last golem because we just kill Frost instead. So here's the rock I'm talking about. If you want, your group can stack on this rock and just attack Frost from here. And that is it! We beat Caudecus' Manor, Path 1. Thanks for watching.